Greetings to all, Ross Johannes, John Farah here. This is the second part of the Ethiopia-Armenia connection. This is from Rasta Livewire, Ethiopian Roots of Armenia. Armenia. This is an Armenian manuscript here. Notice the Kushite figures. This is dated what is this dated? This is from the 9th century. The Armenians and Ethiopians actually share DNA in large amounts. There are studies which prove there was a migration of Kushites into Eurasia, Turkey, and they were prehistorically back migrations from Asia into Africa. And so this shows the connection of Armenian of Kushite descendants. Armenians have also been known for at least 1,000 years as the Asclepiades of the Bible, which were present in North Africa and southern Arabia, and were said to have migrated north and settled into present-day Armenia. The Armenian DNA Project found that we do, in fact, carry large amounts of haplogroups 15 and 12 along with the R81A, which shows that they were linked to Kushites, dark-skinned black Africans. And I thought about this while I was preparing to do this video. What's her name? Kanye West's wife, Kardashian. And people always brought this up about how she's always dating black men, and black men just go nuts over Kim Kardashian. Well, you could safely say that her roots, and the reason why she has this connection with black men, is because she probably had some Kushite Ethiopian heritage in her great genealogy. Because she's Armenian, and Armenia is basically an offshoot of Ethiopia. And as I showed in the last vid, there was a strong connection between the Armenians and Holy Ethiopia. And but back to the point, and people always mention that's probably, she must have some black in her because she has that really, nice big butt. I personally am not a big fan of Kim Kardashian. I could care less. But again, I pointed that out to show that there's this connection between Kushite, Ethiopia, and the Armenian culture, which by all accounts is very rich in history and such. And now this is another interesting thing here. I'm going to click here. Ethiopia, the first Christian nation. And some have claimed, of course, to deny Ethiopia. I mean, God forbid that Ethiopia, with all shadow of a doubt, is a country that was the first nation to accept the gospel of the risen Moshiach. Some have even tried to say Armenia was the claim for it. But again, Armenia is just an offshoot, a child of Ethiopia. Now here's the weakness of Armenia's claim. Armenia claims on this meaningful title is primarily based upon the celebrated the 5th century work of Aphagothis titled The History of the Armenians. In it he says, as an eyewitness, that after the Armenian king Treta was baptized by St. George Illuminator, he decried Christianity was the state religion. The truth is that we have no solid proof to support this account. We are forced to rely only on this authenticity of Archogelos and contemporaries. These historians try to like the conversion of Treta to that of Constantine, which Constantine is Greco-Roman, Christianity, and they try to say he was the first Christian emperor, but it was an Ethiopian that was the first Christian emperor, but that's for another time in discussion. Then Michael Richard Jackson Boner, a linguist at Oxford University, contends that Aphagothis had a clear agenda. He wished to stress the independence and inquiliness of the Armenian Church, and the history is a tendency compilation which has expanded and elaborated early traditions and greatly increased the power and patriarchs of the 5th century. So again, they can really claim to be in the first Christian nation. In addition, recent studies state that the history of the Armenians to see in 450 AD making it impossible to Aphagothis to have been an eyewitness. If Armenia claimed is based on nothing more than oral history, how can hold any more credibility than Ethiopia's own Christian legend. For the spread of Christianity in Armenia, historian Peter Brown argued that Armenia became a nominally Christian kingdom after the king's baptism. The Armenian people, in fact, do not receive Christianity with understanding and under duress, where Ethiopia differs. This is before the Ethiopian king Ezani, whose kingdom was called Askam, embraced Christianity for himself and declared it for his kingdom. In 330 AD, his nation had already constituted a large number of Christians.